Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful story called The Masterpiece of Patience. It's honestly going to completely reframe how you look at your own progress, the value of hard work, and, well, that terrible trap of comparing yourself to everyone else. So let's just jump right in.
So why exactly do we feel so left behind when we see others succeeding faster? I want you to actually think about that for a second. We live in this era of instant notifications and endless updates, right? It makes it incredibly easy to just look around and get hit with a crushing wave of imposter syndrome. You see somebody else crushing their goals literally overnight, and suddenly you're second-guessing your entire life path. It is a super common modern anxiety, that heavy, sinking feeling of comparison. But here's the thing. Every single person has a fundamentally different path. We're going to explore exactly why that matters so much through a pretty amazing story.
Section 1. The Master and the Apprentices.
Our story drops us right into the bustling workshop of a highly respected master potter named Samuel, along with his two very ambitious young apprentices, Noah and Lucas. It all starts with just two lumps of clay, but infinite possibilities. Both Noah and Lucas have the exact same dream, right? They wanted to become great artists. So, one morning, Samuel places these two unshaped lumps of clay right on the workbench in front of them. He tells them, "My boys, today each of you will create something special." But he added this one absolutely crucial rule. He told them to work carefully, to be patient, and above all else, ignore how fast the other guy finishes. They got the exact same starting line, but they were about to head down two totally different roads.
Section 2. The Vase versus the Eagle.
Okay, let's dive into this, because this is where we see those diverging paths and the radically different choices they make with their clay. Comparing these two approaches is just fascinating. On Noah's side of the workbench, he immediately starts shaping his clay into this simple, elegant flower vase. His hands are flying, just expertly pulling the clay up. He is efficient, he is fast, and honestly, by that evening, the vase already looked fantastic. After just 2 days, boom, Noah's vase is completely finished. It's elegant, it's useful. But then we look over at Lucas. He chose an entirely different path. He decided to sculpt a highly detailed eagle. And for Lucas, this simply could not be rushed. Every single feather, every sharp claw, every sweeping curve of the wing, it all demanded careful, deliberate attention. Noah was sprinting, but Lucas, he knew his intense focus was going to take weeks of painstaking carving.
And this brilliantly illustrates how different time moves for these two. By day 2, Noah's totally done, and people are already admiring his work. By week 1, Noah's completely moved on. He's painted, polished, and actually sold several new vases to happy customers. But Lucas, he is still agonizing over carving tiny little feathers into those wings. I mean, talk about hand cramps. For him, progress is just painfully slow. We're talking many, many weeks before he even gets close to the finish line.
Section 3. The Weight of Comparison.
Imagine sitting at that same workbench day in and day out, watching Noah succeed over and over again while you are still stuck on step 1. That takes a massive emotional toll. And it leads right to a climax of crushing doubt. As the weeks drag on and Noah keeps selling vase after vase, Lucas starts to quietly freak out. He wonders if he chose the wrong project entirely. He's staring at these endless tiny feathers he still has to carve, and he almost quits. He looks at his unfinished sculpture, lets out this heavy sigh, and asks, "Master, why is Noah already finished while mine still looks incomplete?" You can literally feel his sense of inadequacy in that moment. But Samuel just places a warm, reassuring hand on his shoulder and drops this profound reminder. He says, "Some creations are simple. Others require more time. Don't rush your masterpiece." Samuel is basically reminding this struggling student that the greatest works in the world, they aren't built in a hurry. He tells him to trust his hands and trust his effort. And, encouraged by that wisdom, Lucas doesn't quit. He just keeps working, day after day.
Section 4. Samuel's 3 Lessons.
Fast forward through weeks of absolute, unwavering focus, and finally, Lucas's breathtaking eagle is complete. And it is so incredibly lifelike that it starts drawing crowds, even wealthy collectors. Even Noah smiles proudly at his friend. That evening, as they're all sitting together, Lucas asks his master one final question. "Master, why did my work take so much longer than Noah's?" And Samuel delivers this pivotal observation. "Because you weren't creating the same thing." He explains that Noah's vase was meant to be elegant and useful for the here and now. But Lucas's sculpture? That was meant to inspire people for generations. So the crucial point is how Samuel lays out this blueprint for excellence with 3 main takeaways.
Number 1, never compare your progress with someone else's. Different dreams require totally different amounts of time. Number 2, patience is the price of excellence. Like if you rush something important, sure, you'll finish fast, but you'll never actually discover your true potential. And number 3, small, daily efforts create extraordinary results. Samuel points out that while every single feather Lucas carved seemed tiny, maybe even insignificant on its own, together, through that daily grind, they created an absolute masterpiece.
Section 5. Building your masterpiece.
Let's move on and see how this builds, because this isn't just some nice old tale about pottery. It is a direct reflection of our own lives, our ambitions, and what we do when we feel like we're falling behind. From that day forward, neither apprentice ever compared themselves to anyone else again. They grasped a much deeper truth. Success isn't about who crosses the finish line first. Success is about becoming the absolute best version of yourself through patience, consistency, and a deep, unshakable belief in your own journey. Instead of glancing over at their neighbor's workbench, they just focused on getting a little bit better every single day. Lucas realized that all those long days, the mistakes, the crushing doubt, it was all exactly what was required to build something unforgettable.
And that brings us to the ultimate takeaway of our explainer today. Please, don't compare your timeline with someone else's. Some people are building vases, others are building masterpieces. When you see someone sprinting ahead of you, just remember they might be building something entirely different. You have to trust your own process. Keep learning, keep carving those tiny feathers day by day, and trust that eventually your hard work is going to speak way louder than any of your doubts ever could. So, I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. Which one are you building? Are you rushing to finish a vase? Or are you taking the time required for a masterpiece? Trust your hands, stay focused on your own workbench. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.